Ladies and gentlemen, I make this video with this message because just like many Americans, I am very, very tired of the biased media and press we have in our country. This has been going on for decades, where the biased media covers and helps elect Democratic candidates to office. And this has happened the last 4 years with President Obama. This media has covered for this president for 4 years, no matter how bad the economy is, no matter how bad his programs were failing, no matter what he did. The media had stood by and watched him be untruthful, and examples would be where President Obama takes credit for all the drilling and oil production in the last 4 years, when he actually stopped giving permits out for drilling, or he stopped the pipeline coming from Canada, which would have produced 23,000 jobs at least, and had our oil production increase. Instead, they allowed this president to take credit for everything President Bush had done and was doing when he left office. And this can go even further into the Fast and Furious investigation, which our biased media would never investigate on their own, or would hardly mention on their newscasts or in the press. You know, I'm a veteran in the military, and many of us men and women have served in the military for decades. Many have lost limbs, many have died for this country in order to have our freedoms we enjoy, freedom of speech and so on. And one of those freedoms was freedom of the press. But I don't think any men and women who served our country or who died for our country did so to have a biased media. And we've had it for decades, and especially the last 4 years where they have covered for this president. Even now, we've had attacks on our embassy where our ambassador was killed. 3 other Americans were killed. And we know now that these attacks were happening, that the ambassador asked for extra security and was denied. And yet, where's our biased media on this story? I guarantee you, if this would have happened under President Bush or any Republican president, they would have had it at the top of their news stories every day, and it would have been headlines in the newspapers every day. But no, not when President Obama was president. The truth is, this biased media is trying to help elect President Obama. And we talk about the dictators in other countries, Russia, Cuba, and other countries, where they control the press and the media, and the press covers for these dictators. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we have the same thing right here. I'm not calling President Obama a dictator, but there's no difference, because we have a media that totally covers for this president. They're not even trying to investigate what happened in the security leaks. And if President Bush would have gave Hollywood details on the Bin Laden raid to make a movie, you can bet this biased media would have had it all over and would have been bashing Bush. But not President Obama. We've seen this president bypass Congress, break the laws of our Constitution, and pass his own laws. Where's the media? They haven't been critical of this president doing that. And you look at the White House reporters, with exceptions of Jay Tepper, ABC, and Henry of Fox, the rest of them sit there like puppets. They never questioned Carney, as they did the secretaries of President Bush. They never questioned President Obama when he's untruthful or his policies a failure. And this has to stop. I'm sending this video message to CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, and CNN. I doubt they'll look at it and hear my message. I'm also sending the New York Times, Washington Post, and other newspaper publications to let them know that we Americans are tired of this. If all of you who are in the media and in the press cannot use your skills to put your biases aside, then quit your jobs and go join the Obama campaign, because that's exactly what you've been doing for the last 4 years and now. If you can't have some honesty and integrity, you don't belong in the business. And we Americans are tired of it, and we deserve much better from our media and press. We deserve honesty and integrity for once. So do your jobs. I hope other Americans will join me to notify all of you in the media and the press that we're tired of this. We're tired of this biased reporting. That's all I have to say. Thank you.